Hey there YouTube, this is John Peace back here for Very Natural, and today I want to show you a do-it-yourself misting system. It's a system that you can use to cool off, or you can use it for other situations like maybe propagating new plant material, things like that. The application that I'm going to be doing today is propagating new plant material, so stay tuned, okay? This is the misting system that I use here at Very Natural that I designed. To begin with, I start with a solar panel right here. The solar panel is connected to the charge controller, which controls energy that flows from the panel, so there's no backflow when at night. The charge controller is connected to the battery, and then I have two timers. These timers control the pump and the misting function here, okay? And this is a tub which contains the water that's going to be misting the material in the propagation box, and between the tub and the pump there's a filter that prevents material from clogging the mister here, okay? And this is tubing that connects to the mister, and this is the propagation box. And let's go over the materials that are involved here, okay? There are two timers. There's the automotive 12-volt timer, this one right here. And that's this one here that what it does is it turns the pump on and off. So for a set period of time. So what I have it set for is to come on for 5 seconds and then off for 2 minutes. Okay? This timer is connected to this timer, and it turns this timer on from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Energy comes from the solar panel, from the sun to the solar panel, through the charge controller to the battery. So the battery runs the pump, which controls the misting in the propagation box. This pump has to be at least 65 psi, 12-volt pump, because you need a high pressure pump to create the mist. Okay? Here are some of the items that you will need for the solar propagation system. These are alligator clips that you would use to connect to the battery, etc. This is the first timer, the 16 programmable timer, and with this you can see that you can, well, there are 16 programs that you can put in here. This is the one that starts this timer and shuts it off, starts it at 8 and shuts it off at 6. This is the second timer, and this one is such that you can set the time here for the time that the item is off, and then here for the time that the item is off and when it's on. So you'll have it 2 minutes off, 5 seconds on, something like that, to get that cycling of energy. These are connectors that you would use to connect the electrical wire to the different components. This is electrical wire, and this is my high pressure pump. If you look at it, you'll see that it is capable of 100 psi pressure. I recommend that you get at least 65 psi. This is what you need to create mist or fog in your nozzles. Materials needed to run the propagation system are an automotive 12-volt timer. Then you need a second timer which activates the first timer, and it lets it run from, let's say, from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. You're going to need at least a 65 psi pump. You're going to need a 20-watt solar panel kit from Amazon, a 12-volt 20-amp battery, $25, electrical wire, at least 16 gauge. Get it for $7 at Home Depot. You need some alligator clips to connect the wire to the components. A tub from Walmart to hold the water, $5. You need misters, 3-pack you can get from Tractor Supply for about $3.99. You need either 1/4 inch or 2-inch tubing to connect the pump to the tub, and that's about $5. You need clamps that seal off and make sure there's no leaks between the tubings. That's a Tractor Supply for about $3 to $6. You need PVC pipes and connectors and glue, and you can get that at Home Depot for about $10. The propagation box lumber you can get at Home Depot for about $10 to $15. You also need propagation materials: sand, pine bark, peat moss. And you need an inline filter between the tub and the pump so that no sediment gets into the nozzle. And you can get that at Home Depot for about $5. In total, all your materials will run you less than $200, about $170 for all of these materials to get your misting system up and running. This is the electrical wiring in the solar panel kit. Okay, you need your solar panel, and you're going to need connectors from the solar panel to your charge controller. The solar panel connects to the panel where it says panel here, plus to plus, minus to plus, minus. Then you have your battery section here that connects to the battery. Here we're not going to use this here, the load part, because we are controlling several components and we need strong connections, and I think the load part of this is not strong enough to really sustain the electrical activity that's going to be going on. So we're going to connect directly to the battery. So what we have is the timer 1 here connects to the battery in this configuration. Timer 1, yes. And then you have to connect into timer 2, and then timer 2 connects to the pump. The second timer, like I said, runs for 5 seconds on, 2 minutes off. So that gives you enough time for mist to get onto the material and not dry off. So within 2 minutes, you'll have continual misting on the material so that it can propagate. All right. The first timer, like I said, is a 16 amp 17 program timer, and it activates this timer to run from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. So it turns it on at 8, then shuts it off at 6. That way you have this pump running all day long, 5 seconds off, 2 minutes off, providing the misting that you need for the material. Or if you wanted to have this run for, let's say, a cooling station, same system, you just adjust this timer to run for, let's say, 15 seconds off, on, 2 minutes off. Just like that, okay? So this is a DIY misting system that I created, that I use, that can be used for several applications, but in my case, I'm using it for propagation of material. Thanks for joining me on this little presentation of a DIY misting system. Like I said, this system can be used to create a cooling station during the summer, a misting station for outdoors, or you can use it to, like I did in this case, to create a misting propagation system for new plant material, things like that. So I hope this is useful and beneficial to those who might view it, and best of luck with your application of this system. Thank you.